Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The NBA offseason is heating up, and if the latest whispers around the league are true, the Boston Celtics could be cooking up something massive. Picture this, a team that just conquered the East, a team already loaded with talent, is now rumored to be on the verge of pulling off not one, not two, but three blockbuster trades that could reshape the entire balance of power in the NBA. These aren't just minor roster tweaks or depth signings. We're talking about the potential arrival of GIANNIS Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, and Daniel Gafford to Boston. That's right, the Celtics could go from dominant to downright unfair, of course. This isn't confirmed yet, but the rumblings are loud, and sources close to the situation are starting to talk. If even one of these moves happens, the shockwaves will be felt from Boston to the Bay Area. Let's start with the wildest name on the list, GIANNIS Antetokounmpo. There's been chatter for months now that things in Milwaukee aren't as smooth as they seem. Despite GIANNIS reaffirming his commitment in interviews, insiders say he's grown frustrated with the Bucks' playoff stagnation and lack of a clear long-term vision. The Celtics, fresh off a dominant postseason, may be the perfect landing spot if he decides to force his way out. Multiple sources claim Boston is ready to part with a package including Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, and future picks to make this happen. It's a huge price, but for a two-time MVP and one of the most dominant forces in the game, worth every penny. GIANNIS in green and white. It sounds surreal, but it's not as far-fetched as it used to be. Next on the list is a name that always draws attention, Kevin Durant. KD has had a whirlwind of seasons lately, bouncing from Brooklyn to Phoenix. And despite forming a super team with Booker and Beal, the results have been disappointing. Word around the league is that Durant might be open to another move, especially if it puts him back in a true championship position. Enter Boston with a winning culture, a well-structured front office, and the type of supporting cast that could let Durant thrive without carrying the full offensive load. A deal would likely involve Kristaps Porzingis and several picks, maybe even a sign-and-trade scenario with a third team. Don't rule this one out. KD respects the Celtics tradition and has always thrived under pressure. If he wants one more ring, Boston might just be his best shot. And then there's Daniel Gafford, not as flashy as GIANNIS or Durant, but make no mistake, this guy could be the glue that holds it all together. Gafford has quietly become one of the most efficient big men in the league. His playoff performance with the Mavericks turned heads, especially on the defensive end. Boston is reportedly eyeing him as a rim protector who could rotate with or even replace Al Horford, depending on how the roster shakes out. Rumor has it that the Celtics have already been in contact with Dallas, discussing a potential deal involving Peyton Pritchard and draft capital. Gafford's ability to finish around the rim and protect it on the other end makes him a perfect fit for Boston's system. He may not steal headlines, but every championship team needs a guy like Gafford, tough, reliable, and ready to do the dirty work. Now let's just imagine, a Celtics starting lineup that includes Jason Tatum, GIANNIS Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Derek White, and Daniel Gafford. That's not a team, that's a juggernaut. Defensive versatility, off the charts. Offensive firepower, unmatched. The Celtics would suddenly have the ability to play big or small, switch on every pick and roll, and punish mismatches on both ends. For Tatum, it would be a dream scenario, less pressure to carry the load, more freedom to play his natural game, and the mentorship of two established superstars. For fans, it would be like watching a video game come to life, and for the rest of the NBA, it would be a nightmare. No team, not even the Nuggets or Timberwolves, could confidently say they match up favorably with this version of Boston, but of course, all of this hinges on a complex web of negotiations, egos, and timing. Pulling off one superstar trade-in the NBA is tough enough. 3. That's unprecedented. The front office, led by Brad Stevens, would have to navigate salary cap gymnastics, luxury tax implications, and a mountain of potential criticism if it backfires. Still, Stevens has shown he's not afraid to swing for the fences. The Jrue Holiday deal last year proved that, and with the championship window wide open, now may be the time to go all in. It's a gamble, no doubt, but in this league, fortune favors the bold, and Boston is in the perfect position to take that shot. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Interestingly, all three rumored targets seem to be at pivotal moments in their careers. GIANNIS is at a crossroads, debating whether loyalty or legacy matters more. DURANT is in legacy-defining mode, another title would silence his critics forever. And GAFFORD is on the cusp of becoming a household name, one of those glue guys who quietly win rings. If Boston manages to tap into that energy and align those motivations, the chemistry could be off the charts. This wouldn't just be a team of stars, it would be a team with purpose. And in the NBA, that's what separates champions from super teams that implode under pressure. The pieces might be there. Now it's about pulling the trigger. Social media is already buzzing with speculation. Fake jerseys, Photoshop lineups, and trade machine screenshots are circulating faster than ever. Some fans are all in. They want the fireworks, the dominance, the dynasty. Others are skeptical, worried about losing key pieces of the current core like Jaylen Brown or Robert Williams. It's a valid concern. Chemistry matters. And there's always risk when you mess with something that's already working. But then again, when you have a chance to add generational talent, you have to at least consider it. The Celtics aren't just building for next season, they're building a legacy, a potential dynasty, and dynasties require bold moves. If these trades go through, or even if just two of them happen, we're talking about a Celtics team that could dominate the next 3 to 5 years. The NBA hasn't seen this level of star consolidation since the Miami Heat's Big Three era. But this time, the talent would be even more balanced across positions. Tatum and Durant on the wings, GIANNIS attacking the paint, GAFFORD anchoring the defense, a bench full of defensive dogs and reliable shooters. It's almost a perfect. And maybe that's why it feels so tantalizing. Because if there's one thing we've learned in this league, it's that sometimes the wildest rumors end up being the most true. Where there's smoke, there's often fire. So, stay tuned, because the Boston Celtics aren't just sitting back and celebrating last season's success. They're plotting, they're building, they're aiming not just to win, but to dominate. And if these rumblings turn into reality, we could be witnessing the beginning of something truly historic. GIANNIS, Durant, GAFFORD in Boston. It sounds like fantasy, but this summer, it just might become fact. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.